Hey everyone, welcome to Small Home Off-Grid Prepping. I'm Joe. If you've been to the channel, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, well, welcome to the channel. We cover a lot of great things up here. We have a lot of good videos coming out within the next few days. We're going to be covering, I've been getting a lot of feedback on my trailer video. When I talked about the different ways I have to get water, the different options I have for water, I've been getting a lot of feedback on that. And I do have to apologize to you guys because I didn't realize, I've been getting a lot of comments, and I didn't realize that I can't publish these comments from where I've been getting them. We had a setting turned off, so we've turned that back on, and the comments you guys will be posting we'll be able to publish from here on out. But I did get quite a lot of feedback on the water, so it's one of the videos that we're going to be covering. Today what we're covering is why do we prep? Okay, and I know in my trailer video I told you that we began this because of the global warming, the power grid going down, and you know, different things like that I kind of realized that I won't say concerned me, but alerted me. Okay, and that's why we prep. We prep the things that alert us. We don't get concerned as preppers. We shouldn't get worried as preppers. You should not be a panic prepper whatsoever. If you're somebody who just sits all day long watching the news and waiting for what's going to happen, we see what's going on in Russia, we see what's going on in China, we see all these different things. Over in Russia, Putin just annexing, you know, there's 4 areas over in Ukraine. So, you know, a lot of these things people are becoming concerned of. You even see people on the news telling you that you should prep. China has been gearing up for things for quite a long time. For over 2 years now, they've been telling their people that you should prep, you should stock up on food, you should have these different things. But that's not really why we should be preppers, okay? We could be concerned what's going on in Russia and Ukraine. We could be concerned what's going on over with Taiwan and China and this and that. But I'll tell you guys something. If you were born after World War II, up until about the time of the fall of the Soviet Union, if you lived within that period, then World War III, nuclear war, thermoglobal nuclear war, this was an everyday event to us. We lived with this every single day. And though nothing happened, I'm not saying nothing will happen. Okay, something might happen. Putin annexing those parts of Ukraine, what he's done is he's opened up a door for himself that was closed. Okay, and the whole world has seen this. Our military generals have seen it, NATO generals have seen this, world leaders understand exactly what he's doing. Russia has a law, okay, that basically says the only way they can use nuclear arms is if the security of the motherland is threatened. Okay, so they can't just use nuclear arms because they want to win a war or whatever. Their law says that they have to have the security of their homeland has to be threatened. So what did Putin just do? Putin just took parts of Ukraine and he made them part of the Russian homeland. Okay, so yes, Putin did just open up the door for him to use nuclear weapons. Does that mean he will? Should we be panicking over this? No, we definitely shouldn't be panicking over this. Okay, that's not why we prep. And again, if you are a panic prepper, what's going to happen if SHTF does hit, you're going to be so panicked, your mind is going to be so messed up that you're just not going to be able to take care of yourself. Okay, so actually, it's quite the opposite. You should not be panicking. You prep for one reason and one reason only, is it's simply better to have and not need than it is to need and not have. Okay, I don't personally think that we're about to hit World War III, but I could be wrong. So because of that, I prep for the worst case scenario, but we hope for the best. Okay, so this is why we're preppers. This is why we prepare ourselves for what's happening. We have quite a few videos that should be coming out actually this weekend. Like I said before, the water video is something we've been getting a lot of feedback on. People are very interested in seeing how we got the water. We're going to be covering the beginning parts of prepping. Where do you get started? How do you get started? 4 elements of survival, which are shelter, water, food, and fire. Okay, and I'm going to break each one of those down individually. And yes, water is in there, so we're going to be showing you the different ways we get water. Like I said before, we have 5 different ways, but when I think about it, we actually have quite a bit more than 5 different ways. So that is why we prep, simply because it's better to have and not need than it is to need and not have. Okay, so if you're a panic prepper, then you really need to stop and think about what it is why you're prepping. Okay, we can think of a lot of different things. Yes, World War III might be possible, it might be coming, it is a possibility. I don't personally think it's going to happen, but I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong about that, it's better to be prepped. Okay, it's better for me to have what I need. War with China might be coming. Okay, well, again, I don't think that's going to happen, but if I'm wrong and it does happen, you're better to be prepared. So this is why we prepare. We prepare because it is better to have and not need than it is to need and not have. Okay, so like I said, if you're one of these preppers that sits around just watching the news, watching everything that's going on, I stay very alerted to the news. I pay very, very close attention. I saw yesterday that our U.S. government just bought $290 million worth of anti-radiation pills. This morning I go on and I see Biden is telling us that Putin's threats are real. Putin could use nuclear arms. And guess what? Putin did just open up the door for him to use nuclear weapons. Does that mean he's gonna? Well, I don't know. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. Our government doesn't know. Personally, I don't think so. Okay? But again, I could be wrong about that. So that is why we prep. Not because we're in a panic that World War III is coming. Not because we're in a panic that, you know, all this food crisis and these food shortages and, you know, global warming. That's, you know, listen, it's all possible, okay? It all might be happening, but the fact of the matter is we don't prep because we panic over this is going to happen, that's going to happen. You watch some prepper channels out there and they're telling you this is it, it's coming, this is happening, people are going to starve to death, the famine is here, you know, World War III is coming, you better be ready, this and that. And no, that's not why I prep, okay? Those are panic preppers if that's what you're doing. Basically, you prep because it is better to have and not need than it is to need and not have. And like I said, growing up, you know, me, 70s and 80s growing up, people grew up 60s, 50s, whatever. But if you grew up in that time frame, the Soviet Union, the Cold War, World War III was a threat to us every single day. It's something we lived with every single day of our life, okay? So it's better to have and not need than it is to need and not have. It's that simple. Throughout my life when I've said that, it was usually more in reference to a self-defense tool. You know, something that is definitely better to have and not need than it is to need and not have. But again, that is why you should be prepping, okay? For the simple fact that it's better to have and not need than it is to need and not have. Is World War III coming? I have no idea. I don't think it is, but I have no idea. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on out there. We went through the same thing in the Cuban Missile Crisis, which I think we're coming up to the 60-year anniversary within the next couple of days. I just heard on the news. During Desert Storm, the Iraqi War, everybody went into a panic that Saddam Hussein was going to use his Scud missiles with chemical weapons on our soldiers and all that. And, you know, these things didn't happen, but it doesn't mean they can't happen, okay? It's very possible. So if the possibility exists, you have to prepare for that. It's literally that simple. It may never happen, but if it does, you're prepared for it. So that's why, like I said, that's why you really need to prepare. This is just a really quick video that I'm throwing out on why we should be preparing. I don't want people panicking out there, because if you're a panic prepper, you're definitely doing the wrong thing, okay? Because the fact is, if SHTF does hit and you're in a panic, you've basically destroyed yourself. You don't need to worry about other people coming and destroying you. Attitude and your mindset is going to be your biggest self-defense tool out there when this happens, okay? So don't be a panic prepper. Prep for one reason and one reason only, is it's simply better to have and not need than it is to need and not have. So I wanted to throw this out there because, like I said, I keep seeing a lot of preppers out there. There's some great ones out there, don't take me wrong, guys, but you know, the preppers that are just, you know, making money on panicking out there, panicking people, and that's not what this is all about, okay? Again, for the 6th, 7th time I've said it, and I've said it so you guys hear it, it is better to have and not need than it is to need and not have. So we have, again, coming out this weekend, there will be at least 3 videos. Subscribe, hit the notification buttons, you'll know when they come out. The first one that we're going to be sending out here is going to be on food prep, how to start with your food, and then I believe we're going to be releasing one on the different ways of getting water. We're going to basically break down the 4 elements and show you what we've done and how we've done it. So, like I said, these are going to be coming out within the next few days. Also, I've been getting a lot of feedback on solar, how you connect the solar to the home, what you do and all that, and that is a video that also will be coming out. That one, within the next couple weeks. I am connecting it to my home and to my main panel, but I had to order a couple parts first from Amazon that I'm waiting for those parts to come in. So when those parts come in, keep an eye out for those videos. We'll be connecting the generator to the entire house, and we'll be connecting the solar to the entire house as well. So we have the option of being on utility power, grid power. We have the option of running our generator, and we have the option of the solar. So like I said, subscribe, hit the notification button, you'll see when that comes out. In the next couple of days, like I said, you'll be seeing a couple of different videos coming out which are covering the 4 elements of survival, how we did it and what you should be doing. But like I said, this video I just wanted to throw out real quick here because I don't want panic preppers on this channel. That's not what this is about. That's not what we're doing. There is no conspiracy theories here. There is no, you know, I see banks are stealing your money. Governments are coming to steal your house. No, no. We prep for one reason and one reason only, is it's better to have and not need than to need and not have. That's it. And we might never use it, but if we have to, we have it. Okay, so that's why you should be prepping. Like I said, subscribe, hit the notification button, and look out for the next videos coming out in the next couple of days. All right, have a great day, guys.